welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. So excited to have you here. Welcome to another reading vlog. So hopefully this one's almost as good as last week, because last week's was top tier. So first of all, the book I'm reading, we are currently reading Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. We're listening to this on audiobook. We're about halfway through. We're really enjoying it. I really like the first two books, so hopefully I like this one. This series follows, I can never remember her name for some reason, Cass. This series follows Cass. She can go between it's called the Veil. It's kind of where the ghosts that don't cross over go, and she helps them cross. Her best friend's Jacob, and he's a ghost. And in this book, in the first book, I can't remember where they were. Someone remind me. Second book, they were in the catacombs of Paris. And in this book, they are in New Orleans, which y'all know, so many ghosts in New Orleans. We are about halfway through. She just went to a seance with her family, and I love her. I love their family. I love the whole premise of this middle grade book. I just love it. Okay, I have so many feels about this book. Second book I'm reading is Bonded by Thorns number 3, which is Forced by Malice. Bonded by Thorns? Is it called Bonded by Thorns? Why can't I remember what the series is called? I think that's right. I'm on the third book, which is Forced by Malice. In this book, we are in the spring realm. I talked a lot about how I'm feeling about this book in last reading vlog. When I read a little bit more, I'll talk about how I'm feeling, but I'm about 40% of the way through that book. So I'm hoping within the next couple days, we will finish it. Third book I'm reading is Black Girls Like Me by Marima Lockington. This book follows a girl who was adopted by a white family, lives in a predominantly white community, and her struggles with that. So I am very excited to start this. I'm hoping I like it. I read that I thought this was a middle grade, and I'm really thinking it is a middle grade, but we're apparently on a middle grade spree. So these two plus Bonded by Thorns is the two that I'm reading. Yes, we're having a really good reading week, so hopefully it continues. But I'm gonna go make dinner. It is about 9 p.m. I just got home from class, and then we're gonna read. So I'll talk to you guys when I have a reading update. All right, see you on the flip side, girl. Bye. I just got home from work, so let's do a tiny bit of a reading update. So, Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. We have 2 chapters left, about 15 minutes, but I got home and I was like, I am not finished reading this tonight. We are almost done with it. I really enjoyed this edition. I think this series is so cute. This one was a little too much, I feel like, for it to be a middle grade. It got a little creepy there for a minute. Got a tiny bit creepy there for uno momento. So, but I'm really enjoying this. This is probably going to be a 4-star read. We'll see how it ends. As for Bonded by Thorns, we are 80% of the way through it. I'll probably finish it tonight because I'm going to lay in bed and finish it. I'm feeling 50-50 about it because Ezrian is acting a lot different than he did in the other films. Like, he trusted his brother that has been known to not disobey him, but I guess like cross him in the past. So I don't understand why he trusted his brother numero uno. 2, I don't understand why anybody thought that Kate Kyrian was going to give him any kind of like mercy with the judgment that they were ruling upon him. So that's all I have for this reading update. I am exhausted. I would love to take a shower, go to sleep, and read my book. So that's what I'm gonna do. When I'm finished with Bonded by Thorns, I'm going to start reading for Black Girls Like Me. I do have quite a few books in my TBR. I can't remember which book comes first, but I think I'm going to start listening to this series because this series is available to listen to on Script. So I think this is going to be my next journey in audiobooks. And then once I finish those, we'll move on to my other books that I have on my TBR. But yes, I'm going to go read and take a shower because I'm tired. And I'll see you later. Hello, we look like trash. Hello, I just got home from work, just took a shower, we're in jammies. We are gonna update this reading vlog super quick. My hair is getting to the point where like I have more brown than purple. So, I read a couple novellas. Who is she? At work today, Maisie looks so angry that I'm here. And I started 2 new books. Let's talk about the books I finished. So, we're filming on my camera so I can look at my phone. So we finished 4 books today. 5 books today, 6 books today. That seems excessive. Oh, it's all the way at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6. So let's start from the beginning. I finished Forge My Malice, which is Beast of the Briar number 3. I can't remember if I talked about it, but I am incredibly upset about it because for some reason this entire book has changed Azrian's personality, Keldrian's personality, Rosalina's personality. Dayton magically got a mate at the end when I always assumed he was going to mate with Rosalina because in this book, Ez is a mate of Rosalina, Farron's a mate, and Keldrian is a mate. So I'm not understanding why Dayton isn't a mate. I'm upset. I don't like the person he's like all of a sudden mated with because she was on his brother's side to like take him down. I don't like that. Yeah, and then it ended with this chapter talking about things we already knew. We already knew Caspian was a mate. The king of the underworld. We already knew Caspian was a mate. We already knew this. You didn't have to tell me. I think we all assumed the queen was alive and then they just told us. So my issue is they want to do seven books in the series and they're on 3 and they've already revealed a lot of major plots that they wanted to work on, so I just don't know how they're going to do. It was rated, I rated that one 4 out of 5 stars. My review literally says, how are you going to have Dayton mate with some rando? Why did we change Ezran's entire personality? Didn't we already know Caspian was a mate? Listen, we already knew the queen was alive. We already knew the queen was Rosie's mom. I'm a little bit annoyed. It's okay. I rated it 4 out of 5. I still enjoyed the story. I thought it was fun. The spicy scenes were spicing, so not too mad about it. The next book I finished was Bridge of Souls, which is the Cassidy Blake series, number 3 by Victoria Schwab. It was fun. This one, Cassidy was in New Orleans with her parents filming their TV show. She had a brush with death. She has to go to the Bridge of Souls. Jacob almost dies again because he's already dead. He's a ghost. Her friend Lara almost dies. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a middle grade. It felt low-key a little mature for a little middle grade, but next book I finished was The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren. I have never met a Christina Lauren book I didn't think was fun. This book, it's a like short story / novella kind of thing. It was 100 pages on the Kindle for free, so clearly we had to read it. So this one, basically some guy randomly emails her thinking she was a teacher. She said wrong, and it kind of spanned into this like 9-year email text chain where every Valentine's Day they tell each other happy Valentine's Day, and in the end they end up meeting. It was cute. I enjoyed it. It was really short. I think I read it in like 45 minutes while I was at work today because I was in between things and it was a very slow day. But I ended up giving that 4 stars as well. I read Stolen Lives, the heartbreaking story of a trafficking victim by Brandy Sullivan. This book follows a girl who got kidnapped because she was lied to, went to this guy's house, was sold into sex slavery, the whole shebang. I read it simply because in my internship I work with human trafficking survivors and domestic violence survivors, and sometimes those things go hand in hand. So it was interesting to see how it works, how you get into human trafficking, not necessarily get into it, but like get put into it. I liked the premise of the story. I liked the story itself. The amount of grammatical issues in the book made it hard to read at times, so that's probably why I didn't enjoy it as much as I probably could have. So I gave this one a 2 star. Next one I read was If the Fates Allow by Rainbow Rowell, Fangirl 1.5. I have read Fangirl so long ago. Is there a second Fangirl book? And I know Rainbow Rowell is extremely controversial. People hate her or they love her. And I know, what's the book? Eleanor and Park has some questionable statements in it which have not evolved with time. I still haven't read that book. I literally have it that I thrifted and I still haven't read it, and I probably never will. Just because of, you know, the stuff with her, so. But If the Fates Allow followed, I don't know why Reagan. Reagan goes to her grandfather's house of Christmas in 2020 to see her grandfather, and she like did the whole shebang, quarantined herself because her parents don't believe in the quarantines. And she quarantined to go visit her grandpa because her grandma passed away and wanted to spend Christmas with him, and ends up meeting a guy and bonding over Jell-O salad. So it was very cute. I did enjoy it. It was a fun time. It took me, like, it was like 60 pages. It took me like an hour to read. I rated it 4 stars. It was a fun time. The last book I read was Heartbreak Harmony, a grumpy lumberjack romantic comedy by Ashley Wright. So I read this book because I am part of like this book group on Facebook, and she was a young author. She was saying, hey, can people read my book? People aren't reading it. And I was like, sure, I'll read your book. And the story was extremely cute, but it was so descriptive, which I just feel like it's not necessary in romance books, is to be overly descriptive. I feel like that's something that's saved for like high fantasy, because I'm expecting you to spend 3 paragraphs talking about like the world that you just walked into in a fantasy book, but not in a romance book. So that was going on in that one, and I did not enjoy it at all. I did read it through because I said I would, but I only gave it 2 stars, which might make me a little mad because of, oh, she's a indie author, but if I didn't like the book. So let's talk about current reads. I started Hello Girls, which is on my March TBR, by Brittany Cavallaro and Emily Henry. I am really enjoying this book. This book follows Winonia, I can never say that name, and Lillian, I believe her name is, I don't know, Lucille. I always want to call her Lillian. So Winonia comes from a very toxic household. Her dad withholds food from her, is abusive, whole 9 yards, but he is a super rich, well-known weatherman, so she is having trouble kind of reporting it. And Lucille, she comes from poverty. Her brother is selling drugs and she is just trying to make ends meet. They end up meeting at a police station one night because they were both going to brother slash father in legal trouble, and they end up not doing it, making a plan to run away when they turn 18 slash graduate high school, and they end up aborting that plan after Winonia's dad does some really bad stuff to her, and they end up taking her grandfather's convertible and is going to Las Vegas to meet Winonia's mom, whose dad always told her she was dead, but in reality she's alive and she has been hidden from her. So this is getting very good. One thing I'm really liking about this book that I think is really fun is on the chapters they put like how much money they have and where they are. So like the chapter I'm on is chapter 17 and it says $160 and a seedy motel room with blackout curtains. I'm really enjoying this one. This one's a fun time. And then my other book I'm reading, which I'm actually reading like physically, I gotta wrap this up. This update is almost 10 minutes. My total bad. I am reading physically Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This book is good. I already think I know who the Ripper is in the book, which kind of sucks because I'm literally this far into the way through. But I'm enjoying it. I guess the Victorian era is the 1800s, so she is, I can never remember, I don't know why I suck at remembering main characters' names. I think her name is Audrey or Aubrey. Audrey. Her name is Audrey. So this book follows Audrey. Audrey wants, I don't know if she wants to be a doctor or what she wants to do, but her uncle is, I don't want to say he's experimenting with cadavers because he's basically cutting people open and taking their organs and preserving them, so I'm not 100% sure what he's doing. And there's like rumors going around about what he's doing. Her dad doesn't agree with his ways, so she has to hide the fact that she's going to his house to experiment on these cadavers. All the while there is a murderer running loose. So I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I just don't know how I'm feeling about it. I'm on page, or sorry, it's not a page number on those pages. 80. I'm on page 80. We are just, I don't know, maybe it's the massive size of this book. Like this is a paperback book and this is a hard copy and they're like almost the same size. Maybe that's why it's tripping me up and I don't know if I like it, but yes, that is what we are reading. That is what we are doing. That's all I got. I just wanted to give an update, and this update is 13 minutes long, so apparently we got another really long reading vlog update. But yes, that's all I got. I'm gonna go drink something because my mouth is so dry for talking for 12 minutes straight, and go eat some goldfish and read my book. I'll talk to you guys on the flip side and probably wrap this reading vlog up soon because it is, oh my gosh, it is. I'll probably wrap this up on Sunday. So hopefully by the end of the week I can finish Hello Girls, I can finish Stalking Jack the Ripper, and then my next goal is to start listening to One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston and probably start reading. I have like 5 more books on my March TBR that I want to read, so And it's the beginning of the month. I don't know who she thinks she is. I don't know who they think she is, but Maisie, could you chill? Girl, you're being cray cray. I'm gonna head out, put some lotion on my face, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello everyone. Happy Sunday evening. Welcome to another reading vlog. The end of the reading vlog. I'm so tired. We are gonna do a quick weekly reading wrap up before we wrap up this reading vlog because it is the end of the week for the reading vlog. We end on Sundays. So let me tell you what I've read this week and give you a star rating. And as usual, you can find my full review on my monthly wrap up. So the first book I finished this week was The Never King by Nikki St. Croix. I rated this a 1 star out of 5 and my review literally says I hated every single minute of this. The next book I finished was Forged by Malice, Beast of the Briar #3 by Elizabeth Helen. I talked about this one in a previous update. We have all the feels. It was rated 4.5 out of 5. The next book I finished was Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. I rated this one a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was Lumberjack Harmony, a grumpy lumberjack romantic comedy. I rated this one a 2 stars out of 10. The next one I read was If the Fates Allowed by Rainbow Rowell. I rated this one a 4 star out of 10. The next one I read was Stolen Lives, the heartbreaking story of a trafficking victim by Brandon Sullivan. I rated this one a 2 out of 10. The next book I read was The Exception of the Rule, The Improbable Meet Cute by Christina Lauren. I rated this one a 4 star out of 10. The next book I finished was Hello Girls by Emily Henry and Brittany Cavallero. I rated this one a 4 star out of 10. And finally, the book I finished today, which I didn't really talk about, was Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, and I rated this one a 4.5 star out of 10. But within the last 100 pages, changed that for me. I almost rated it a 3. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. See you in the next reading vlog. Bye.